LP's going to be a happy camper today. He's getting one of his favorite. He likes potato soup. So there it is. It's just about ready to add the white sauce. And I just have the red skin potatoes and I don't peel them. And I have the onions and celery and red pepper in there and grated carrots. So then the white sauce is just a regular white sauce. I've got the raw milk in there and raw not cheese, but butter. Raw milk and raw butter. So you've just got your 3/4 cup of milk to 1 tablespoon of flour and 1 tablespoon of butter. So I just take and I melt the butter, add the flour, stir it together well, and then I add the milk. So this is 3 cups of milk, and I used 4 tablespoons of butter and 4 tablespoons of white rice flour. So I just brought it to a boil. I added salt and pepper to it, and I use a whisk to stir it. Now see, that's nice and thick, and I've turned it off and it's still bubbling a little. Just about ready to add that to the potatoes. I am going to make a huge pot of light-skinned kidney beans. So this is 4 pounds that I've got in this big pot. I soaked it overnight. I've drained it, and I'm going to make a pot of bean soup. Dave Ramsey said, if you want to get out of debt, you eat rice and beans. Well, we're not in debt, but we never know when that might take place. So why not be wise now? Okay guys, the only thing I have in there is spring water and bay leaves, because you add other things like onions. I just think it can exacerbate a bad situation, because beans is already a gassy food, and so is onions. So this is just plain old spring water. I used 6 quarts of spring water to 4 pounds of beans. So I just gauge, that's about 1 inch. Here it's even more, it's like 2 inches in the center there above the beans. And then from time to time I'm going to check them. If I need more water, I'll add more water. But I don't want watery bean soup. So I'm going to start it out for about a half an hour on a medium heat. And then I'm going to turn it down to simmer, and simmer it between 1.5 hours and 2 hours, then check on it and just simmer it long enough for them to be nice and tender. Then I'll add, at the end, I will add salt and pepper. Lots of Himalayan pink salt and pepper, fresh ground. Cooked up a big amount of potatoes, red skin potatoes, and these are cold from the fridge. And I've already made up 1 batch of potato salad. Well, LP liked it so well, I'm just going to make the rest in potato salad. So I've got the eggs on the stove. To make hard-boiled eggs, I have 2 hard-boiled eggs left over that I'm going to get started here. And I'm going to make some potato salad. Okay, that was boiling pretty heavy, so I got that turned down on simmer. Okay, I went and picked some celery from the garden, and I'm going to use just a little bit of the tops, mainly for garnishing around the potato salad. And I'm going to chop up about equal amount of the celery per large onion. I gotta go check on Sparky. Guys, I put a lot of celery in there, 1 large onion, a good many stalks of celery that's comparable with 1 large onion, about that amount. And I put 1 large green pepper. I didn't have a red pepper. I like red pepper in there better. And here is the dressing that I'm going to put on top of it. And this has got 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar with the mother in it, organic, and 4 tablespoons of organic sesame oil. And I have a big dollop about around a tablespoon of chopped, I put it through the garlic press of garlic. And I have 2 teaspoons of mustard seeds, 2 teaspoons of celery seed, a teaspoon of ground pepper, and 2 teaspoons of Himalayan pink salt. And I don't have any dill weed, or I would have put some dill weed in there. So I've got to get that stirred up, and I'm going to dump that over the potato salad. Okay, I found my dill weed. And this is the kitchen. And I just live in the kitchen because we eat 99 9/10 of our meals in. So I have a big, huge mess again, and what I did was I fried up sausage first. That's what this is. Felpy has to have meat. I don't. I would really like to turn total vegetarian, but I get tempted with some of the, beef roast. So I would just as lief have my chili without any scrambled hamburger in it. But he likes hamburger in it. So what I'm going to do is some of this I'm going to make tacos out of it. And I'm going to only put maybe about a pound in the chili. Now, this might not be the normal chili that people have, but what I did was I cooked dried kidney beans first off, and I made bean soup yesterday with them. So then I strained out some of the beans out of the bean soup and put it in the chili. So I didn't have any green peppers, and I'm not worried about them. They're too expensive anyway at the market. So I have in there fresh tomatoes from the garden with the skins on it. And I have, what this stuff is here, is grated squash. And and I have grated carrots in here. I have some celery from the garden. The tomato sauce, we hardly ever use anything out of a can, but the tomato sauce came from a can. So then I just dump a whole ton of herbs, of dried seasonings. And I use a lot of bay leaves. I use a lot of fresh garlic in here, and a lot of chili powder, and I use some curry powder in it this time, and of course the turmeric and rosemary. Let's see, what was it? I'm going to have to go look. Marjoram, curry powder, and oregano, and a lot of the Himalayan pink salt, and I mean I use a lot of the Himalayan pink salt in here. I salt it because, see, the salting with the Himalayan pink salt, it doesn't cause any rise in LP's blood pressure. So I just put it in there and make it really, really flavorful with a lot of the oregano and the sea salt.